The Eastern Screech Owls are back nesting in the nest box, and they rule the nighttime hours. By dawn, the mother Screech Owl is back in the nest box, and she'll stay in the nest box all day long and leave again at dusk. All of this activity does not go unnoticed by the blue jays, who micromanage the backyard during the daytime. The blue jay family has developed a ritual of harassing the owls first thing in the morning at sunrise, just to let them know that they know they're there and to keep them in their place. The harassment consists of making repeated passes at the nest box, sometimes landing on the nest box and calling inside. There's good reason for this, because screech owls will hunt in the trees at night for sleeping birds and are known to grab songbirds, especially blue jays and cardinals. This is why, if you're going to have a screech owl nest box, you want to make sure not to add a perch to the front of the nest box. Putting a perch in front of the nest box does nothing to help the owls, but it makes it much easier for other birds to harass the owls. If one were to add a perch to the front of the nest box, it would just make it easier for the blue jay to sit right there at the entrance and continue to harass the owl during the daytime, and possibly lead to a failure of the nest box. A perch on the nest box would also make it much easier for things like American kestrels and other birds like crows and starlings that might actually go in and eat the eggs. To attract screech owls, it's much better to have a perch like this sitting about 20 feet away from your nest box location, so that the screech owls can use it as a staging area, going back and forth to the nest, and give them an added layer of safety. And the fact that the birds just would pick that spot to harass the owl is fine. The owl just pretty much ignores them like most raptors do when they're harassed. The blue jays seem to particularly enjoy just making low passes over the nest box to cast a shadow across the entrance and cause Mrs. Owl to duck. This just adds to the overall harassment and intimidation of the owl during the daytime. And a few calls at the owl nest box right before dusk. The sun has gone down and the camera is now in infrared mode, and you can see a cardinal has arrived. Cardinals are usually the last birds to go to bed at night. This is particularly dangerous because Mr. Owl is no doubt somewhere sitting in the brush within 20 feet of the nest box, and a late sleeping cardinal makes a good meal for a Mr. Owl who'll grab her and bring her into the nest box.